points and then pre-Gateshead away. Gary, you said on Tuesday night you were going to check out the DVD and video, as I'm sure you do every game. Anything else sort of come out of it that you didn't know at 10 to 10 on Tuesday?
The only thing that's come out of it for me is that I've seen the passion, the work rate and the commitment that our players are putting in to try and win football matches. At the end of the game, we was probably all disappointed with the amount of play that we had and the amount of pressure that we put on their goal, that we didn't come away with a result. However, you have to sometimes say well done to the opposition, because their tactics, again, away from home, has worked for them. And although we got through and we had chances, we wasn't able to take those chances, good chances, until later on when Billy came on and got a flick on from Pelly and ended up getting us the equaliser. It was only what the lads deserved. We deserved more on the play. So it just, when I settled down and was, after being disappointed that we hadn't picked up the 3 points, what I've seen is a group of lads and a support from the old C&G stand there. They was really getting going the last sort of 10-15 minutes, and that got us going. And even though their goal was against the run of play, we certainly had 4 or 5 good chances in that last 10 minutes. So credit to all of them. So I was sort of pleased that was there as well. So I've come out of it a lot more positive after seeing it on the DVD than when I just had that feeling of disappointment because we didn't pick up the 3 points.
And are you satisfied that the team's creating the right sort of chances, that not impossible ones to take?
Yes, I am. I think one of the most, everyone says that difficult part is putting the ball in the back of the net, but sometimes it's the bit that happens before that, and I think our build-up play has been good. We're only a goal or two away from teams that have scored the most. There's one team on 31 and one on 30, and we're on 29. We've got all our strikers scoring goals. It's not something that you're thinking, well, we need to go out and get somebody, because they are doing their bit. And we are second in the league, albeit top for 24 hours. And I've got confidence in this group, because to bring anyone new in at the minute would be difficult, because they wouldn't be in the same mental state as these boys are in at the minute. And these really, really want to do well for this football club. And I can see that now, and I've seen it in training. So I've come in with a bit of renewed vigour this morning, because after seeing the DVD, and I recommend anyone that's a bit negative maybe about our team, I don't think many people are, but if they were, get the tape, have a look at the 90-minute tape of the game and see how much effort was put in to try and win it. And that's going to be a big plus for us throughout the remainder of the season.
And having had those 24 hours at the top of the table, can that be a carrot to... having had those 24 hours at the top of the table, can that be a carrot to sort of encourage the players to get there again and stay there for longer?
Yeah, as I said before, I think it's March, end of March, you want to be top of the table, beginning of April. There's a lot of things going to happen between now and then. Touch wood, we don't get any sort of major personnel injuries. And at the moment, that's gone well for us, as far as, there hasn't been too many long-term injuries. We just had a couple of suspensions. But no, I think it's ticking along nicely. I think the boys are growing in their confidence to play. Nobody could say. I mean, we had just under 600 passes, and I think it was 450 or something was completed. I've got it downstairs. We're going to talk about it in a minute. But the completion rate was very good again, like it was at Halifax. Our shots, our chances, our corners. We're all good as far as the stats were concerned. So that all keeps you in good stead for the remainder of the season. It really does, because if we can keep up that tempo, not everyone's going to have the luck or the or the willpower to stop a goal like Braintree did on the day. So sometimes you have to give the opposition credit, but we'll see how many teams can survive what we're doing at the moment.
And you've already talked of Saturday's trip to Gateshead as a 6-pointer. I mean, they'll certainly see it the same as well, won't they? Especially having lost the last 2.
Yes, they will. They'll need to bounce back, and of course, the 6-pointers are, because we've got to put a little bit of distance between us and Gateshead if we can, and you always get that chance when you play them. So it's a long old trip, but we're going to prepare properly. We know what we've got to do, and hopefully we can go up there and be happy on the long trip back. But again, I know Malcolm Crosby. He was my assistant at Northampton in my first stint there, first season there, and so he's a good lad. He's a clever lad. He's been around, and I mustn't take him lightly, or their team, because they're there on merit as well.
How hard is Billy Waters pushing for a start at the moment, bearing in mind 2 sub-appearances in the last 2 games, 2 goals?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking to get him on, that's for sure, when he's sitting on the bench. You've got 2 strikers at the minute in Wrighty and Morgs that are working their socks off, that are creating chances for other people as well as themselves. Billy's doing the same. I can find him a spot, but really he wants to play in that system. Really, he's a striker, and I say, you can't say you're looking forward to the opportunity to put him up there. But while we're doing what we're doing, and the 2 strikers know that Billy's playing well, he's working well, he's getting his goals, that makes them try even harder. So he could come in at any time, because the 3 of them are going very well at the moment, and I'm very pleased with all of them.
Injuries? Any worries after Tuesday?
No, I think we've got a clean bill of health, which is nice, and we go into another game with the same group of players, same squad. So that's always good as well.
Finally, you talked about sort of making sure that the players aren't leggy after a long journey. How can you combat that this weekend? What will you do sort of to stop that?
We can jog up there. What we'll do is we'll get up there nice and early. We'll probably stretch our legs halfway on the coach trip, halfway down somewhere at a service station or something. And then when we get there, hopefully we'll miss the Friday sort of late afternoon traffic by leaving here early, and we'll find a bit of ground up there to just get a kit on and have a little jog and get them into it. We're going overnight. It is one of them overnight stops, so really there's no excuse once the game comes around for being leggy. They've played on the Tuesday as well as us, and had the same amount of games as us. So all in all, we won't use that as an excuse.
Thank you. Good luck.